Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. All of us live a notional life, not national. Notional means what? We have notions about so many things. For example, notion that I am a body, notion that I am very intelligent, notion that I am very rich, notion that without me the world cannot move. And thus, the load of these notions we carry throughout life. Similarly, the second type of notions we have is about the world. The world is too much for me. The world is very bad. All the miseries of my life are because of this world. And then we write a song, Duniya banane wale kahe ko duniya banayi. The notion about the world. Third notion we have about God. This God is sitting above the clouds and packing homeopathic doses of miseries and dispatching so perfectly well that not a single hit goes wrong. It comes to us. And then we ask this question, why God has created? See? So our life is notional. Now see how the notions function. Give an example. This happened in Rishikesh. I was just walking on the banks of Ganges casually, evening time, and there was one child crying, somewhere sitting, and there were three ladies, Teen Deviya. You know the funny part? When it is ladies, they are called as Teen Deviya. When it is gents, they are called as three idiots. But it is same. So, this child was crying, and when I was passing by, these ladies asked me, Swami, why the child is crying? I said, okay, you tell. What could be the reason the child is crying? And the three ladies were trained in three different processes of thinking. One was a doctor. A doctor can never think of health. See? So, she said, I think the child may be having abdominal colic and therefore the child is crying. As a very good stop. The second was a mother, Indian professional mother. Indian mothers are those whose love means they think that the child is a tiffin box, go on feeding him and fix it. I suffer because of that maximum. Wherever I go, their love is only feed or feed to such an extent that you get fed up. So, that lady, she said about the child who was crying, oh, the child is crying, maybe he is very hungry. There is no other thinking. The third one was a social worker. You know who are social workers? Those who have failed in their personal life and therefore they want to destroy the society, they take to the social worker. If you are busy in maintaining your family properly, where do you have time to go and destroy the society? So that social worker, when she was asked, hey, what could be the reason the child is crying? Swami, in our nation, I said, don't be national, stop, I understood everything. Social workers are those who look at a mole and call it as a Himalaya. they become philosophical. They become national, international. So I said, stop here. Then they said, what is your opinion? I said, look here, I don't opine on anything in this world. One of the simplest spiritual practices is, don't have opinions about anything or anybody. Who cares for our opinions? Why waste them? I said, look here, fortunately, the child is here. So let us ask the child directly, why you are crying? So I asked, Beta, why are you crying? And he was crying, commitment, you know. So when I asked him why you are crying, he stopped. He said, nothing, time pass. Now tell me, can you say that these grown-up, educated ladies, they were right and this ignorant small child was wrong? No. Because the one who is crying, he alone can tell the truth. In the same manner, why God has created this world, we all will think in the light of our process of thinking that we have learned. Okay? When a student goes to the medical college, he looks upon the world as human beings. And when he comes out of the medical college, he starts looking upon the world as patients. There is a metamorphosis in his vision. He can never look at a person as a person. Okay? It happened in Washington. I came from somewhere, long flight from West Coast to the East Coast. 9 o'clock I landed and 11 o'clock was the retreat starting. So I went home, quickly took a shower and came. Extremely tired. After the first session lecture was over, there was a break. And in that break, I was just standing near the some support and because the whole night, 6 hours flight has killed my back. So I was standing like this. And one lady came, Swamiji, excuse me. So I had to ask her, you also excuse me. What? Are you nephrologist? She said, my God, how do you know? I said, don't worry about it. I am omniscient. Are you nephrologist? Yes. No, but I want to know, how do you know that I am a nephrologist? I said, because of your question. When I was standing like this, whenever there is a kidney stone, there is a pain in this particular area and the patient feels relieved when he presses here. Therefore, it is a natural posture a person suffering from the kidney stone develops. Because I am standing like this, you ask me this question, am I correct? Yes, sir, you are perfectly right. Are you having kidney stone? I said, if you go to Pandharpur, that Vitthal Bhagwan Panduranga, he is also standing like this because of kidney stone or what? How we have trained ourselves. This training precipitates in the form of notions. So if we want to know why the God created the world, such terrible world, we will all think in terms of the training that we have. See? Once one professor of physics probably in Pittsburgh, he was driving me to some lecture. About 1.5 hour drive. So he was driving both the car and me crazy by asking questions. So he said, Swamiji, according to your Vedanta Shastra, what is the concept of creation? When and how the creation has happened? So I told him, Vedanta does not answer stupid questions. So he became so honored. Do you mean it is a stupid question? I said, yes, according to. I said, you tell me, what is your theory of creation? Then I'll explain it. So he said, Oh, it is black hole theory. I said, explain me the hole first, then we will come to black. See? Anybody has paper? Give me one piece of paper. This is a paper. Clear? Now, what is this? This is a hole. Can this hole exist without the paper? Number one. So when you say black hole theory, hole in what? Number one. Number two. Is hole an object? What is hole? Hole is absence of paper. So that with its absence, how it can create something? My absent wife, because I am not married, fortunately. So my wife, who doesn't exist, she has produced a child. Is it ever possible? So when you say black hole theory, the very statement is questionable. But we keep on going, and then some animation and all kind of digital pictures are made, and a black hole is made. But hole in what? So something must exist in which the hole can be made. And second thing, when you say when the world was created, you accept theoretically that there was a time when there was no world. How can you say this? There was a time when there was no world. This we can say only because we imagine time is a straight line. Only for a straight line there is a beginning and end. Time is not a straight line. It is a wheel of time. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, then again Monday, Tuesday, goes on and on and on. See? If you have gone sometime to Delhi, and if you are crossing Agra, Mathura area, there you come across some write-ups on the walls. Jai Gurudev, and also Satya Yug Aayega. So when I was going once, a co-passenger asked me, do you believe in the Satya Yug Aayega? I said, forget about that, you answer my question. What is today? He said, today is Sunday. I proclaim, Monday Aayega. After Sunday, naturally Monday will come. What is great about it? Similarly, if this is the Kali Yuga and there are only 4 yugas, so if it is Kali Yuga, after this, the Satya Yuga will come. What is great about it? And when we take time as a circle, circumference has every point as beginning and end. And this circumference is dependent on the center. If there is no center, circumference cannot be established. But the center can exist without circumference. See, friends. So when you say, when the world was created, you have imagined first of all that there was a time when there was no world. Therefore, when we inquire, when we live our life, we all carry the burden of notions. So, what is me? One notion. What is this world? Another notion. Who is this God sitting above the clouds and sending choice miseries to me? Third notion. And fourth notion is spiritual practice. See? So what is the spirituality? Spirituality is first of all a spiritual makeup. So I have funny kind of clothes. Normal people shave clean and neat. If you have to be a Babaji, you have to have the proper makeup. See? This happened in London probably. I flew from Bombay to London and I had to drive for 3 hours to start my lecture in a church. And the lady who came, she is also a European Swami. She was driving me. I said, Mama, I think we are going the wrong way. Swamiji, I am here for last 35 years, you don't tell me. I said, okay. I said, I being Indian, I am expert in advising others on their job. You know who is Indian? He who is expert in somebody else's job, not his job. I said, I am typical Indian. After going some distance, about an hour or two, she said, Swamiji, probably you are right. We have taken a wrong exit. Then I said, follow Indian technique. Go reverse 30 kilometers. It's not possible. I said, then take a U-turn. It is 40 miles away. I said, I can't help you, continue. So by the time we reached, we were 1 hour late. And I thought those people must have gone so I can go and sleep. But they were all waiting. So I had to fire. So I have left for 1.5 hours. And after that was over, we had nice dinner. And I was watching one movie on Tibet, very beautiful movie. So when this was all going on, she came, she was very tired. Swamiji, I want to retire, go to sleep. I said, go, who cares? I don't need you. I want to ask you a question before I sleep. I said, what is the question? Question is, can I be like you? You are never tired. You came such a long flight and you are so relaxed. Your lecture was through. You enjoyed the food. You are playing with the children. You are watching the TV. Are you not tired? I said, no. Don't you get jet lag? No. I said, I don't fly. The jet flies. Why don't I get jet lag? Can I be like you? I said, no, you cannot be. Why? I said, to be like me, you require a beard. Longer the beard, more the wisdom. Shorter the beard, lesser the wisdom. Further continue. No beard, no wisdom. I am sorry, I cannot. See, friends. So we have this notion about spiritual practice. We have to have the spiritual makeup. And then we are told, chant the Lord's name. And we keep on as if it is some duty assigned to us. And then we take a bag. In that bag, in addition to the mala, VD, matchbox, everything is kept there. You know? And then you put your hands in and go on chanting. And you must have seen that. They go on giving jhatka. The reason being, inside it gets entangled, you know. And then you and they get so confused. Not only they get, God gets confused. They talk among themselves. Arey yaar, kiske bare mein bol raha hai? That is not spiritual practice. See, friends. The 4 notions, unless they are corrected, we are not in the right direction. See? So what is the real spiritual life is, first of all, recognize whatever notion, the burden of the notion that we are carrying, is that burden of notion worthy of honoring or unloading? That is important. So let us take one by one notion and then we will unburden ourselves. The first notion is that I am somebody. See? And with that somebody, we want to sit for meditation. So first notion, somebody. Second notion, I want to sit for meditation because I want to do meditation. As if meditation is a upma. I have to do upma, I have to do meditation. And the third thing is, in meditation there should not be thoughts. And fourth thing is, the moment I sit for meditation, all kinds of horrible thoughts come. Swamiji, what should I do? Stop doing meditation. See, friends. Therefore, first we'll sort out the notion that we carry as a burden on our own self. This notion is divided in three categories. First category is that I am holier than thou. See? That I am a very goody person. I am not like others. They go and watch movies, I watch movie on my iPad. I don't go. It's not like them, they go and eat the dead animals. No, I eat only the live animals. So holier than thou. This is one notion. The first notion we have to drop is basic understanding. Spiritual life is not becoming someone special. Discard all the speciality which we are carrying as a burden on our head. Are we having less burden? I am man, I am woman, I am young, I am old, I am beautiful, I am awful, I am intelligent, I am dumb. In addition to that, I am a goody and I am spiritual. So the first step is that we have to recognize spiritual life does not mean we are going to become someone special. You know who is a specialist? He who knows more and more about less and less is the specialist. Once I went to an ENT. You know ENT? The one who catches your ear and asks you to pay through nose. If you don't, he cuts your throat. He's called as ENT. So I went to him, sir, I have got problem in my right ear. Can you look into it? I am sorry. Why? I am a left ear specialist. So in the material sciences, specialists are honored. On the spiritual science, we have to drop all the specialties. Friends, when we are non-specific, as we are in deep sleep, we are nobody. We are neither man, woman, young, old, husband, wife, brother, sister, in-law, outlaw. We are none. As a result, we are all happy. See? What is the reason that we experience happiness in deep sleep? And that is why many people, they go to sleep even in the satsang. This happened somewhere right in front of me. Two persons were sitting. And one was a descendant of Kumbhakarna and other was a Dunlop pillow. So this Kumbhakarna, when I started my lecture, in no time he landed his head on the shoulder of that pillow and started. And I was watching what I can see from here. You can never understand from there. So this pillow was getting very disturbed. So the pillow wanted to move so that Kumbhakarna can wake up. So when the pillow was moving, but Kumbhakarna was having sleep in his jeans. So he put his hand around the pillow, pulled it and slept comfortably. And I was enjoying and giving my talk. After the lecture was over, Kumbhakarna Uvacha, first of all he got up and he said, Swamiji, your lecture was awesome. I said, thank you. Very few people can understand and experience what I said. You are rare among the audience. No, Swami. So, now this pillow, Dunlop, was, boiling with anger. Swamiji, when you saw him sleeping, why didn't you wake him up? I said, look here, be cool first of all. You tell me, what for you have come here? For becoming miserable or for becoming happy? Of course, I came for becoming happy, but I said, stop here. That man who slept, he was happy. And you are miserable. So his satsang is fulfilled, not yours. See friends, we all experience happiness and bliss in deep sleep because we are non-specific, generalized, pure consciousness. That is the reason. If somebody doesn't get sleep, one is disturbed. One lady went to the doctor. Doctor Sahab, yes, I don't get sleep the whole night. I don't know what should I do. Doctor, sit down. Let me take your history. What do you do the whole day? I sleep. Now our worry is, whole day I sleep and at night I don't get sleep. Okay. Therefore, spiritual life does not mean we have to be someone special. Discard your specialities. And our specialities begin from body identification. After we are identified with the body, then only we become somebody. And that somebody that we become has no logic, no reason. See? One child, I was taking food, breakfast in their house, and they were Gujaratis, Gujjus. So, one child who was sitting next to me, I asked him, "Hey Gujju, how are you?" He said, "Swami, I am not a Gujju." I said, "Then what are you?" "I am Lohana Kachhi." Kachhi means those who are from Kutch. Kachhi also means underwear. So I asked him, "Can you tie down your Kachhi?" He said, "No, mommy does it." And yet I am a Kachhi. And what is the meaning of Lohana? I don't know. So I don't know what is Kachhi, I don't know what is Lohana, and yet I am Lohana Kachhi. This is what is called as a notion. And we all the time carry this burden. See, friends. So unless we are able to pinpoint where is the locus of all these notions, the locus of all this notion is body identification. After we are identified with the body, thereafter we are man, woman, young, old, rich, poor, husband, wife. So, getting identified with the body is technically termed as Mithyatma, an illusory I. Why illusory I? Because this I is born under n number of conditions. Any experience which demands n number of conditions to be fulfilled, that experience is an illusion. For example, can we see the mirage waters in the evening? We cannot. We require the sun rays to land on the earth perpendicular, and then those rays are refracted, and the refraction creates an illusion of water, and then we see. And the moment the angle changes, it disappears. In the same manner, when we are identified with the body, then only the subsequent notions that I am man, I am woman, etc. come. And if we are not identified with the body, nothing concerning the body ever bothers us. See, friends. Therefore, when I use this term, I, what exactly we mean by the word I? When I say I am old, I refers to the body. When I say I am hungry, I refers to the prana, where hunger and thirst is located. When I say I am very miserable, I am very hurt, that I refers to the mind. When I say I am a self-made man like an amoeba, no parents were required, then I refers to the Vijnanamaya Kosha, the ego I. And when I say I am to Baba happy-go-lucky, so this I refers to the Anandamaya Kosha. Not only this, but in addition to that, we superimpose many more I's. So after we are identified with the body, then out of one, many bodies come out. See, I, with reference to my father, is a son. I, with reference to my wife, is a husband. I, with reference to my son, is a father. And who is miserable in life? It is the son who is miserable. It is the husband who is miserable. It is the father who is miserable. The man is never miserable and husband is never happy. And who is this husband? Husband is an illusion. It is not reality. See, friends, this happened in somewhere in Europe. In one of my retreats, after 2 days, one German lady came and she asked me. She said, Swamiji, you should have come in my life 25 years before. I said, even then I would not have married you. No, not for that purpose. Then I would not have divorced 3 times. Now I understand where I was going wrong after listening to you. I said, okay, now I have also questions. Please answer my question. When you married to the first husband, for our understanding, you were W1 and your husband was H1. So it was a pair, W1, H1. Then you separated and again got married. Then it was W2, H2. Then again separated, got third time married, W3, H3. Now you are separate alone. Now my question is, W1 is equal to W2 is equal to W3 is equal to what? Where these 3 loads which you have unloaded, where they have gone? Think. If they were real, they will go somewhere. And all of us are miserable, never as a man. And all of us are miserable only as somebody. And with that somebody, we sit for meditation. See? And I sit for meditation as a husband. What will be my meditation? दूसरे लोगों की बीवियां कितनी अच्छी होती है. That will be my meditation. I don't know, God, why you have to give me this one only? Couldn't you find someone else? Meditation. See, friends, therefore, we have to correct this basic error. And this basic error can be corrected only by wisdom. And not the wisdom borrowed from somebody. Borrowed wisdom makes you a philosopher. Delayed wisdom is called as philosophy. Every married person tells an unmarried person, hey man, don't get married. There is nothing in that. This is called a delayed wisdom. So every married man is a philosopher. Because wisdom has come but late. It is too early for the next life. So when we come to this point, let us analyze our experience and then learn from our experience on the basis of that wisdom which is gathered by analyzing one's own experiences. That is our property. See? Now what is that? Be attentive. Like many places I go, people ask the same dumb question. Recently in Goa, one lady asked me, Swamiji, I am observing you, I want to know what is your horoscope. I said, my horoscope is very simple, you can note down, I remember by heart. First house, Murphy. Second house, 2 Murphys. Third house, 3 Murphys. 12th house, there are 12 Murphys. You know Murphy's law? If something can go wrong, it will. That is the law. No, 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 really I want to know. I said, okay, note down. 31st April. Okay. Then she immediately started calculating. And I started laughing. I said, why are you laughing? I said, Mama, which calendar has 31st April? Oh, you are fooling me. I said, I don't have to. You are self-sufficient. Do we have the experience of our birth? None of us have. Number one. Number two. Have we created our body? Our body is created by our parents. Number three. Do we have the experience that we are growing in age? No. Every old man has the same standard statement. One elderly person in one of the yoga institute, I was taking food and enjoying my food. But people don't enjoy when I enjoy, so they will ask question. And he said, excuse me, can you guess what is my age? He asked about him. Now imagine to a third person on the dining table you ask such a stupid question. Can you guess what is my age? So I looked at him. I said 3 years. He said, no, no, tell, really. I said, I'm telling you really, because such a question can never come from a mature person. Okay, now tell me, what could be my age? I said, you may be 18 years old. No, you are wrong. I said, then you tell me, do you know, I am 81 years young. See? So what is referring to 81 is the body. A young what is referring to himself. Because nobody has ever an experience that we are growing in age. Because mind is the parents of the time. Therefore, time cannot influence mind. When the mind is enfolded as in deep sleep, the time disappears. See, friends. So we have neither created our body, nor we have the experience of our birth, nor we have the experience of our growth, nor we have the experience of our death. Think. And what is body? Body is born. Body first grows vertically, then the ceiling comes, then it goes horizontally. Isn't it? And then one day it becomes old and abode of all the diseases, and one day it dies. But our experience is none of them. And yet, on what ground we say that I am the body? Think. This is the basic error. Unless this error is corrected, you may do anything in your life. Shankaracharya Bhagwan says, Kurute Ganga Sagar Gamanam Vrata Paripalanam Athava Danam Jnana Vihina Sarvamatena Bhajatina Muktim Janmashatena Bhaja Govindam. You may go to the holy places and create unholy sins there. It is not going to change. Similarly, you do a lot of tapasya. I observe fast. 10 days, no food, no water. I don't eat anything during the days. But then how are you maintaining your health? At night I eat. Tapasya, austerities. When it is cold, I am without clothes. When it is hot, I put fire all around me. Agre vanni prushte bhanu ratrau chubuk savarpita janu. Austerities. It is not going to help anything anywhere. Many people suffer because of this over fasting. Monday, Shivji. Tuesday, Hanumanji. Wednesday, Santoshi Mata. Thursday, Guru Maharaj. Friday, Tirupati. Saturday, somebody drops in. Sunday there is Ekadashi. Don't eat and think about food only. Simple way of spiritual practice is keep your stomach full and empty. But we fill in the head and stomach is empty. All the time thinking about food. Kal kya khayenge? Think, friends. These things are not going to help anywhere unless the basic error is corrected. And the basic error is we have taken ourselves to be the body, and thereafter the subsequent personalities of somebodies are born. Work on this. What it is like being someone other than the body. See, I am looking at you through my glasses. Everybody I can distinctly see. When I take out my glasses and look at you, you may be thinking I am looking at you. But for me, you are a collage, all merged in each other. The moment I put on the glasses, I can see. So because of the glasses, I am able to see. So if I have to go out, I keep my glasses on the table and tell the glasses, keep an eye on all these people. No, glasses are not seeing. There are eyes behind the glasses. Similarly, there is mind behind the eyes. If there is no mind behind the eyes, functional, eyes cannot see. You must have seen some of the students. They sleep with their mouth, nose, eyes, everything open. You must have seen. There are some people. They are awakened. Before their eyes, when they are sleeping, you show the fingers, 4 plus 4, how much? No reply. Because behind the eyes, mind was not there. And mind is what? Mind is an expression of the conscious principle. Mind is not the reality. Mind is the expression of consciousness. That consciousness is our essential nature. See, friends, like when the glasses break, nothing happens to my eyes. Eyes are intact. When the eyes become blind, nothing happens to the mind. The mind knows whether the eyes are functional or non-functional. In the same manner, when the mind is enfolded in deep sleep, the body identification disappears. I am nobody, yet I am. So this notion that we are carrying, that I am man, I am woman, I am young, I am old, I am rich and poor, this is the notion which is making us miserable. Therefore, the first step on the spiritual path is to come to recognize that we are all carrying the burden of notions. Unless these notions are corrected, we can never discover happiness in life. Similarly, the notion about the world. When we talk about the world, this world is too much for me. Which world? What is wrong in this world? The colors and forms, this is world. The eyes which are illuminating the colors and form, this is world. When your eyes are able to see, is it a problem? Can we go to the doctor and tell, Dr. Saab, when I open my eyes, I can see everything perfectly well. It is not a problem. Similarly, I go to the doctor and tell, when my ears are open, I can hear everything very well. It is not a problem. In the same manner, if the mind is thinking, where is the problem? If the mind cannot think, then it is a problem. There is no problem. See? And yet we say, the world is too much for me. Friends, let us understand exactly what do we mean by the word world. World is a notion of a sense of otherness. Whatever we have recognized as something other than the self, about that, 3 things happen. 1, desire. 2, anger. And 3, fear. See? I don't have a watch. I see somebody's watch. It's very good. So nice it is. Can I see how it is? Anything which is other than I will have a desire for that. Anything which is other than I will have anger towards that. Anything other than I will have fear about that. So what is the world? World is not outside. World is the load of desire, anger and fear that we carry in our personality. In the deep sleep, there is no desire, there is no anger, there is no fear, because there is no sense of otherness. Think. One man went in a forest area, like mountaineering, with his backpack and a small tent. And when he reached some forest area, it was evening, he thought, let me retire here before some wild animals come. So he fixed his tent, got inside and sitting there quietly, lest the animal may come and attack. So till he was awake, he was having that fear. I hope nobody comes, nobody comes, nobody comes. I will sleep now, I will sleep now. And when I and want to sleep, when the I and the want disappeared, he slept. When he slept, there was no sense of otherness. And therefore, he started snoring. Krrr, krrr. You have seen anybody snoring fast? Never. Because there is no hurry. Nobody snores. Kar, 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 kar. No. Saptaswara. And when he was thus snoring away, a tiger came. Tiger was awake. This man was snoring. So for the tiger, there was a sense of otherness, not for this man. And then tiger got afraid. Oh God, what is here? And he ran away. See? So what is world? World is a sense of otherness, because of which we create a situation of the burden of desire, the burden of anger and the burden of fear. You unload that, the world will disappear. See, friends. But normally for us, world means what? This world, the stones and bricks, this is not the world. See, friends. Once we correct this notion that the world is nothing but the burden of desires that we carry, and till such time we carry the burden of desire, you can never be at peace. And if you look within, what we have done in our whole life is nothing but desire fulfillment and nothing else. And whenever you have nothing to do, the desires start popping up. Suppose it is raining heavily and it is a holiday and this husband Maharaj is sitting comfortably and nothing to do, nowhere to go, electricity has failed, so the laptop also doesn't work. Then he looks around, now what is to be done, and then the order goes. In such a heavy, rainy, dark day, there is nothing better than a nice cup of tea. Desire. Wife says, okay, I understand. She prepares. Take. Bangs it. And he takes tea without pakode. Second desire. Mirchi ki to banayi nahi. Third desire. There is no end, friends. Desires can never be fulfilled in life. Try to fulfill the desire, to get rid of the desire, is something like try to put off the fire by pouring petrol on that. It can never be done. So when we say the world is too much for us, what exactly we mean is that we are crushed under this load of desires, anger. Many people have this problem. Swamiji, please help me. I am too much angry. What should I do? I said, you are already doing anger. What more you want to do? No, I am fed up of my anger. I can't stand, but I can't go. See, friends, similarly fear. Many of us have got fear to such an extent. When they sit for meditation, there also the fear comes. One person asked me, young boy, Swamiji, when I sit for meditation, I always have a fear that if I start levitating, go up, what will happen? I said, that depends where you are sitting. If you are sitting below a moving fan and you go there, immediately you will be chopped off. See? This fear, and because of that fear, we start breaking the joints when they sit for meditation. Fear. So what is the world? World is not outside. World is the burden of desire, anger and fear. You remove that, you are happy. The third thing, God. Where is God? Don't push Him away. See? When we are the slaves of our sense organs, see, then we are miserable entity. But when we are the master of our mind, our sense organs, then that God principle is expressing through us. It is something like this. One Agarbatti brand boy, he was sitting on a huge motorcycle, but he had a perfect control on that motorcycle, and when he was riding and driving like a tricolor, he was flying, and yet he was able to hold it perfectly. And when he stopped, the motorcycle kept in the wrong place and went inside. So other car came. So he told the servant, keep the motorcycle away. The servant is huge structure, but he had no control over the motorcycle and he fell down. See, friends, if we are the slaves of our own faculties, our mind, then we are the miserable entity. If we can master ourselves, then the God principle is expressing through us. Don't push Him away. And the God principle expresses only as happiness. See? One person, I think the other day I told you, he told me, Swamiji, something good news has happened. So what is that news? I stopped smoking. Hey, what is great about it? Oh, you don't know, Swamiji, I was smoking for last 50 years. But now I have given up smoking. Now the happiness that he had after giving up smoking was more than the happiness he had while he was smoking. The real joy is not in possession, but in giving up. This is what we all do. When we go to sleep next time, you just observe the process of going to sleep. We start giving up the things. First of all, we give up the world, then we give up our possessions, then we give up our relations, and we are below the quilt. Everything is closed, and eyes are closed, and finally, only one Mahamantra Japa goes, I want to sleep, I want to sleep, I want to sleep, and ultimately, I and the want, they also disappear, then the sleep begins. To get sleep, if we have to renounce everything to discover the divinity that we have to renounce everything. And what is renunciation? Only recognition that nothing ever belonged to us, starting from our own body. See, friends, that joy is called as the God principle. Discover. It is not somewhere above the clouds. One person came and asked, Swamiji, how can I know whether God is happy with me or not? I said, forget about God. Are you happy with yourself? See, friends. If we are at peace with ourselves, then alone we can be at peace with the whole world. If we are at war with ourselves, we cannot be at peace with the world. Such frustrated people, when they see somebody happy, they become more angry because they are frustrated. Once I was traveling from Howrah to Bombay by train, many years before. That time I was pretty young, handsome, etc. And there was some accident and the train stopped halfway near Nagpur area. Very hot summer days, and therefore we had no way. So after some time, everybody got down. Nothing can be done. Water supply was there, that is also over. No shop, no nothing. So after walking for some time, again I went and started reading something. There was one man with his daughter, young daughter, probably going for a marriage or something. Then he asked me, what do you do? I said, nothing. Therefore I am Babaji. Those who do, they are samsari. I do nothing. Are you not disturbed because of this? I said, why should I be disturbed? On the contrary, I am happy. I have paid for 24 hours to the railways, but I am using the railway facility for 36 hours. So I am happy. When I said like this thing, he was so angry. You have nothing to do. I have to get my daughter married. And I had, and as if I have stopped the car. And when he lost his control, what he was talking to me, his daughter said, Papa, what are you talking? See, because he was at war within. He cannot tolerate peace outside. See, friends, don't go in search of God anywhere. Allow Him to express through you. See, if I have to get some work done, I will search for a right kind of capable and willing hand, is it not? If this is our position, will He not search for a right and capable hand? So all the spiritual practice is this: be a fit instrument, fit physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, intellectually, willingly. And when we become fit, a fit person is a healthy person. And a healthy person is a happy person. Unlike the Britishers, you ask any Britisher, they have got standard reply. Once I was somewhere for a little bit of break, half a day picnic. So we took our food and all that. We went 2-3 cars in an open space. That day it was a bright day, therefore it was picnic. And one Britisher was sitting, only the chutney, like Dada Konke, no shirt, no nothing, and with a beer bottle, he was sitting and drinking. So I went with my camera. I said, hey man, young man, how are you? Not bad. They are afraid to say that I am happy. See, friends, God expresses only as happiness. Don't push Him away. Don't have this wrong notion. Darshana do, Ganashamara. Kya karoge? What next? Suppose He will come and take photo. Next. He will go away and you will be miserable thereafter. God is infinite, and infinite is only bliss. Finite are blisters. See, friends, this is what is the God principle. Let Him express through us. And for that, all the spiritual practices remain a fit instrument. And when we remain a fit instrument, then only He will choose us. See? When the divine principle starts expressing through us in its full glory, that person is called as a great master, a great Mahatma. Mahatma doesn't mean Mahan asti udaram yasya sa Mahatma. Mahatma doesn't mean he has got a huge central province and therefore is a Mahatma. No. The one through whom the divine is able to express in its full glory, that is Mahatma. Therefore, let us change our notions about ourselves, about the world, about the God, and about the spiritual practice. When this is done, then alone life will be fulfilled. The choice is ours. You do or you don't do. In Bhagavad Gita, at the end, Bhagavan Sri Krishna says, Vimrushya etat asheshena yathechasi tatha kuru. Hey Arjun, I have told you everything. Now you reflect, you respond and do what you have decided to do. No wise man ever takes decisions for others. Then other wise men take decisions for even God. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam